Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Saffron. Coffee with Saf, right? I don't like saying my full name online like that. I don't know why, but this I'm not hiding anything pretty much. But yes, I'm not drinking coffee right now because it's midday where I'm at right now. Usually, I stay away from coffee during the day because I don't want to mess up with my sleep, right? At night, and there's actually a study that shows that the later you drink coffee, the harder it becomes for you to sleep at night, right? So if you drink a lot of coffee and you struggle with sleep, you may want to look into this. You may want to try this. Like, try to drink your coffee before 9 in the morning. Caffeine usually stays in your body for about 10 hours. So you have like all day to go with that caffeine in your body. Then at night, you shouldn't struggle to go to sleep, right? But the topic for today is not selling yourself short. Never sell yourself short. How did I came about this topic? Recently, I met with my mentor on my job. Very, very good guy. Gave me like a whole lot of good tips. And yes, I enjoy my meetings with him. So at my job, actually, we have this thing called performance management, right? Performance management is kind of like it's this thing that we have in my company where like they kind of like match you to like other people like in your job level to know exactly how you're performing, whether like you on par with like people in your job level, or if your performance is above or below them. Yeah, so that's what this pretty much is for. And some people get promotions through that, especially like if you're working like exceptionally above your job level, they'll look forward to like promote you, right? Or like compensate you for like the extra work that you're doing. Some people don't like it, but I do because for one, it's a way for me to understand what other people in my job level are doing, right? In my current role right now, I don't get to like work closely with like people that are in my job level. So just having that understanding, right, of what the other people are doing puts me in a better situation for like me to like either not either for like me to like even increase my my performance, right? And also like it puts me in a better situation to know like how hard I have to work, like if I'm looking for a promotion or things like that. So yeah, that's what performance management is in my company. But with performance management, there's also this thing that comes with it, right? Which is a self-evaluation. Self-evaluation is you having to like evaluate yourself, right? Like how you've worked so far, like for the first 6 months of the year or for the whole year, right? And it's very tricky because I mean, sometimes like some people may overstate like what they're doing, but some people may just not advocate well for themselves, right? So which is something that I struggle with a lot because I mean I have this tendency of being hard on myself a lot of the time. Sometimes it's good, but a lot of times it's not as well because I mean sometimes we just may just have to be realistic and like understand like the situation that we're in, right? Especially like if it's something that is not in my control, I cannot be too hard on myself on those specific stuff, right? So I asked my mentor this question, right? Like, cause he's a manager and he is representing like the people that he is managing and performance management, right? And that's the other key thing about evaluating yourself as well, because you want to make sure you put your manager in the better situation where they can understand like all the things you've done so they can better represent you, right? Because I mean, some managers have like so many people and you cannot expect your manager to remember everything that you did for the past 6 months for the whole year. So it's your responsibility to like make sure you highlight everything to them, right? So I was asking my mentor how I was asking like pretty much like how would you evaluate yourself, but also being mindful of not coming off as like overstating what you did, and at the same time not being a detriment to yourself, right? Like it's like I said earlier, like being too hard on yourself and like not advocating well for yourself. And this is what he told me, right? There's one thing that I always go by: never sell yourself short. when he said that, I was like, whoo, man, I'm so ready to listen to the end of this, right? And he goes like this. The reason why you don't want to sell yourself short is because when you start doing that, right, even some people that like have faith or like believe in you, they're gonna start questioning that because I mean, why should they even have like that much faith or believe in you, right? Like if you don't have that for yourself, so that's why like it's very dangerous to like sell yourself short. And it's like I said, it's something that I've done that so much often, especially for my previous role. And after he said that, like it just got me like, yeah, definitely not gonna do this again. But he also went like this, right? Also, like you have to be your own biggest advocate because I mean, it's your responsibility, right, to make sure you let other people around you know what you're doing and show them what you're doing. Then let them just echo you. But it's your own number one responsibility. Like, don't leave that to your manager, right? Don't be like, oh, my manager's supposed to like know all the things that I do. Nah, your manager probably got like a whole lot of people that he's managing, and he also got a whole lot of stuff going on. So why should you like leave that up to him? Like that's it's not even fair to the manager himself. So make sure like you advocate well for yourself. Keep that to your manager and like make his job like easy, right? Focus on like selling you out there instead of like thinking on things that you did. And also, when you advocate for yourself, right, you have to be very mindful to not come across as boastful or as like showing off or even like lying, right? Worst case scenario. So because the reason why you don't want to do that because nobody wants to deal with like anybody like that. And the reality is we all have like growth to do. Like nobody's perfect. We all have things that we want to work on. So you want to make sure like you also state those, but not state them as in a negative way. For example, right? Instead of call like the things that you're working on as weaknesses, call them like growth opportunities, right? Major difference. Weakness is something that you probably have no chance of like changing or like improving, or maybe like too hard for like you to improving. Growth opportunity is kind of like on the other side. There's an opportunity for like you to be very good at whatever thing you're not good at right now. So yes, that's one way you can call it. Or also when you want to talk about like your growth opportunities, right? Add some like sweetness, alright. Kind of like these are my growth opportunities, like communication, and this is the things I'm doing currently to be better at this communication, right? So that way your manager says, like he's currently working on this, so the next performance management they're probably gonna like hold you accountable to that. And you have to make sure you work on those things, right? You're not just gonna call them like growth opportunities and like just sit back and not do it, right? So yes, don't call them weaknesses, but growth opportunities. And it was a pretty great advice from my mentor. And it's like I said, this show is pretty much where like I share the things I learned. So stay tuned if you like things like this. But yeah, how does that actually relate to me personally, right? I used to be in the hardware field where I used to like fix cell phones, tablets, computers. And sometimes I've had customers that would ask me, man, how do you learn this thing, right? Like, they be amazed about, like, how I go about it. Like, lots of different parts, tiny parts, too. But to me, I was seeing it like a whole different, like, I'll be like, oh, man, this is something that anyone can do. Right? Like, it's pretty easy. Like, all you need is a patience. And also, like, if you have the right parts and the right tool, follow instructions, you can pretty much get it done, right? And they will sit there, watch me do it like in like 10-15 minutes, right? And at the end when I tell them my price, they be like they try to negotiate the price pretty much, right? And now after this meeting I get to see the reason why they even like negotiating my price, because I've sold myself short, right? I have told them that it's easy for me to do, and they've seen me do it in 15 minutes. So of course, like, why should they want to pay like if I'm asking like something that may seem like a lot to them, right? So that's why you got to be very careful of like selling yourself short. And when I was doing that, really, like, I wasn't doing that to sell myself short, right? I wasn't aware of that, but I was doing that like to like inspire somebody else, like pick up a tool, right, and learn something. That's the intent that was coming from me, but obviously somebody else may see it differently. So yes, be careful about that, and also not to like show off too much, like over advocate yourself or oversell yourself, because that is pretty much as bad as um, not advocating for yourself, right? So I came across this post on Instagram, right? Went pretty much like this. Pablo Picasso did an art piece for one of his customers, right? And it took him about 20 minutes to do it. So at the end of it, told the customer his price, and the customer asked him back, why are you charging me this much for something that you just did in 20 minutes, right? And Pablo Picasso was like, I'm not charging you for the work that I just did in 20 minutes, but I'm charging you for the 20 years time worth that I put into learning this craft. That's what I'm charging you for, not the 20 minutes work that I just put in, right? So yes, that's why you definitely have to be very mindful about the service that you do, and advocating for the things that you do as well, because I mean it comes to a point where like you become like an expert in like certain things, right? And it becomes like very easy for you to do, or like pretty much as normal to you, right? But to the average person, it may seem easy to them as well, but really not easy. So definitely don't be like me, like the past me, of like be like it's pretty easy, something that you can do, but be realistic and let them know that yes, even though it may seem easy the way that I'm doing right now, but it also takes a whole lot of time and commitment to get to the stage that I'm on right now. Yes, I hope you guys find value in this video. Thanks so much for sticking to the end of this. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like videos like this. Check out my other videos. I do lots of inspirational content, DIYs, vlogs. So yeah, thanks once more. Hit the like button. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.